Live from the beautiful city of São Paulo, Brazil, and we are in Batman, Beco de Batman, so Batman Alley here. And I wanted to come and do another little tour. I've done some in the past, but this is an area of São Paulo, Brazil, that for those who are coming into São Paulo, it is basically probably one of the biggest tourist attractions here, if not the biggest. And it's basically just a tourist hub. It's made up of a bunch of different streets that, converge into these different alleyways that are full of different art displays on the wall. So just muraling. There's usually live music out here every, weekend in particular. Lots of vendors and just a lot of good restaurants. They've got the Afro-Brazilian restaurants here in the area. They've got different what they call botecos, which are bars that'll have like live samba, usually especially on Sundays. And just so I'm going to start walking from here and take you through and just show you a little bit of this. This is one of the locations when we do our art tours and we bring people into São Paulo to experience, some of the cultural arts and the ways we get down, especially on the weekends. This is one of the places that I will bring you to. So let's go back. Really, I love it here because there's some really great vendors. And not only, vendors, these are all people who make handmade things. So like really nice stuff. I think I'll go this way. There's some homemade liquors here. Usually there's a guy out here playing samba, just chilling, playing samba. Some beautiful homemade dolls. All of this stuff is like all artisanal, handcrafted stuff, beautiful jewelry. This is an amazing store that has a lot of very artsy, cute clothes and jewelry and candles and things like that. And it's just, you'll see all kinds of stuff here. Um, so lots of art, lots of muraling. We have a lot of like galleries. This is some kind of beer spot. So it's like they make beer here. Shit, I forgot what they call them kind of places. I don't drink beer, y'all. So and then they always have some reggae going. They've got a lot of THC. I don't think it's like THC stuff, but a lot of like CBD stuff in here and coffee. So, a million and one things going on in there. Okay, we're just going to walk through and check out the place. As you can see, just a lot of art and vendors. And this is a great place to come, like if you want to go into a gallery and really see some beautiful stuff. There's several galleries here. And it's just really cool. It's a nice place, lots of nice people. There's great food down here, so you won't be out here hungry for nothing. I need to try to turn this camera around so I can get the better camera. There we go. Okay. Obrigada. Yeah, so lots of cute, pretty stuff, so nice jewelry. There's so much down here. But this is one of the tours that we would do. I bring people down here to have lunch, to experience some of the arts and culture. There's so much here. I'm just going to cover what I can. But this is right here, like one of the galleries that we offer, that they offer some really great opportunities to come and do painting on your own in here. So you can come in, buy stuff, look around, have some wine, and do your own painting. So you bring your crew in here to do that. So this is a place that's for like people who are enthusiastic about, in particular, visual arts. You'll find a lot of them in this area will be indigenous inspired, and sometimes it's just silly stuff and Batman inspired and stuff like that. There's also a lot of hippies out here. So if you're looking for incense, you're looking for handmade oils and handmade jewelry. See him banging out some jewelry there. Brazil has a large hip kind of, I hate to call them hippies, but like freestyle folks, okay, that's out here living off of their artisanship, and also a lot of them are into, the plant medicines and being out with the indigenous folks out in the rainforest and stuff like that. Down here, you'll meet a lot of people who are in the Amazons regularly doing medicine and bringing some of that forward here to São Paulo. Here they had taken down, they had a really pretty piece of, here's one that they still have up. like a sister. So you'll see a lot of this stuff here in São Paulo, not only here in Beco do Batman, but all over the city. São Paulo is somewhere where you will see the entire buildings covered with like indigenous women, black women, beautiful Afro-Brazilian women, whatever you want to call it. And it'll be like up a whole building. You know, it's just always so nice to be represented out here. This is the Ziv Gallery, which is an amazing gallery and restaurant, but they've kind of made it kind of formal, so it's awkward, but like they have really nice art in the back. We used to be able to just walk in and do stuff, but now it's like they got the big ass restaurant right there. But yeah, that's somewhere we could check out for sure. These are some of my people over here that barbecue. Hola! Do a little churrasco barbecue here. There's an acai spot, and even in here we have here's another cervejinha. What do they call it? Beer garden. This is a beer garden, so it's all homemade beer. This beer garden be lit. They have a samba and stuff back here. So on Sundays we do a lot of live music. In particular, it'll be like a samba day. Maybe some people are in the forró. But Brazil, and especially São Paulo, Sundays be a day where people just come through and like to sit around, drink and dance and sing, right? And play live music. So all of that'll get going here pretty soon and you'll see it. This here I like a lot. This is a Afro-Brazilian spot where they sell acarajé, abará. They sell some of the traditional dishes of Bahia up north, you know, so with the sisters and what they make up north. They have some of that food here. We have a lot of that food in this town. It doesn't compare to what you can get in Bahia, because I've lived in Bahia a few times, and that food up there is on a whole nother level, honey, because it's all so fresh and there's so much agriculture out there and everything. The food is just remarkable. But we do pretty good down here. I don't have no major complaints about access to food here in São Paulo at all. And so there's some different streets. I didn't walk down all of them, but I just wanted to show you this is a really good. I was actually thinking about putting a shop in the upstairs up here. There's a huge space there that I have been thinking about. I know the landlord, the owner of this building. So yeah, vibing that out, but this is a really gorgeous spot that has some black businesses in it even. I have a girlfriend of mine on the end that has a Colombian empanada shop, arepas and empanadas. Then you have some, is a sister, her brother, a sister I know, her brother is a designer. So he, beautiful, oh, there she is. I'll talk to her in a second. Afro-Brazilian designers, which is really nice. They have really unique patterns and stuff. It's kind of cool. This is the Colombian spot. Their food is banging. My homegirl is the main chef in there. And so this is, yeah, I gotta come back and talk to my girl. Also, my brethren is back there who's a writer, poet, book writer. So yeah, lots of art, lots of creative vibes. Today it's mellow. It's usually a lot more people out here, but it's only 2:30. So here in the next hour or two, it'll pick up. There'll be a lot more, activities and also live music. I gotta whip around and see if the music has started. You hear the Afro beats in the background. And it stretches up this way a little bit too. So yeah, I mean, again, when we do our tours with people, we will bring them out here to Beco do Batman. There's also like so many other places, so many galleries, so many places where you can take in the arts indoors if you know you don't like being in the heat, because it does get pretty hot out here. And then also just seeing the street art and the muraling on the buildings alone will have you like tripping, you know, because it's like you just don't expect to see so much beautiful black folks just scrawling the walls of any city, you know. I mean, we have it and we see it in the States too, and it's there, but it's just it's really lovely kind of experience to have. So this is a little chill area of Beco do Batman. Not much happening down here, a few businesses. But overall, this is part of what you guys will come and experience. It doesn't look like much right now, but it's pretty lit, especially when you go in all the different stores. It's a great place to come and shop too for gifts and different things you might want to take home. Pieces of Brazil, lots of indigenous art down here. And, you know, we also I was offering a tour where we would come here and, have some Afro-Bahian food in the area and go to the what they call the Afro-Brazilian Museo, the Museum of Afro-Brazilian Art, which is phenomenal. So it's really, really for people who like art a lot. And so we were going to be doing that, but now I think I'm going to separate those two out. So it wouldn't be necessarily the two of them on the same day, but you could, I also will take folks to the museum and show you all around that, give you some perspective and Afro-Brazilian background on that, because it's a lot to take in. It's a huge museum with a huge exhibits all the time, exhibition, really beautiful. We just passed through the biennial. So every 2 years they have a big, huge, gigantic exhibition of artists from all over the world. So we had every part of Africa, Latin America, just everywhere represented at that biennial, and it was amazing, so amazing, very much centered in Afro and Earth stories, indigenous stories, Black folk. I mean, this thing was so rich. So rich. I met artists from all over the diaspora. It was amazing. But so that we just closed that down in January. I think the biennial was in town for about 4 months, 4 or 5 months. And that was phenomenal. Oh, look at the beautiful elephants. I hadn't even seen this. This is a new mural. Every few months they'll switch them up. So sometimes they have a lot more, just gorgeous indigenous art. Sometimes it's animals and different things, even just characters from cartoons and stuff like that. You never know what you're going to get, really, but it's always a treat. Got some folks out here, again, tons of vendors, so definitely somewhere to come spend money. One thing about São Paulo, for people who want to understand, I mean, it is definitely like a financial hub. So we have a lot of art, a lot of fun, a lot of live music, but you're going to spend money out here, boy. Whereas, you might be somewhere up north, like in Salvador, and here's the Bachman up north, and yes, you'll spend money, but you're not going to be spending as much, and there's a lot more like free things to do. So this is a city, a real international city, and baby, it is not cheap. Here, I hate to have the camera on people's faces, so let me just scoot through here. Great shopping in here, though. Great place to come and even shop for clothes. This is an amazing spot in here. I buy little suits and outfits in here sometimes. So right in here is where we would be having music if there was going to be any this week. And so they'll probably be coming soon. But yeah. This is a little piece of Beku du Bachman. So again, we do these street tours. We also are offering relocation tours for people who want more hands-on assistance and even concierge for their move. So if you're thinking you want to try and move out here for a while and try it out, I definitely suggest coming to check Brazil out first, figure out what area you want to be in. For sure, São Paulo doesn't end up being number one for most people just because they want to have more of the tropical seaside experience that you have maybe in Salvador or Rio de Janeiro. It doesn't end up being the first choice, but to me, it's the best. And, you can have a great life in Rio and all that, but for me, it's very important for me to have access to things with ease. And I just prefer somewhere where I have a lot of access to everything I want and need when I want it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're so sweet. Hi, Trace. Yeah, thank you so much for the virtual experience. You are welcome. Yeah, I mean, what I was saying is that this is like the sleeper. People think that São Paulo is just somewhere to pass through and don't really want to give it energy, not knowing that it has like all this amazing art, creativity, and amazing live music scene. All I do sometimes is like party. I have to watch it because life is so good and everybody's so wholesome and cool. I mean, they like to drink and stuff, but it's still like a pretty wholesome culture. And the people are so kind, it's such a kind experience in general and gentle mostly. So, you find yourself being extremely social here, and I have to just kind of dial it back a little bit because I have obviously things to get done. I'm a mama and I'm on my own with my kids out here. So, but yeah, super social, super kind and gentle spirited type of culture. They're real. It's not like Brazilians are fake or, passive aggressive or whatever, but they're just super sweet people in general. So you just tend to have like a lovely, loving experience, which I'm all about that. I'm tired of, being places where, your humanity is like disrespected just for no reason at all the time. And you just don't really have that experience here, in my opinion. And that doesn't mean there aren't nasty people, horrible people, all of that. I mean, we have that everywhere in the world, right? So yeah, but here, like even for instance, there are places and things where I'm like, ugh, I wish I had got a better feel when I'm in these places. I'm about to go into the organic market here that comes from a local farm. Everything in here is organic, even the stuff that's like the dried goods and all that. But the vibes aren't that good sometimes. So I'm not trying to say everywhere you go it's amazing, but like I don't really enjoy the staff here. But I come because I get the fresh food, and that's a blessing. I don't have to be trying to figure out if the food is actually food or not. Because it drives me crazy being in the U.S. and like trying to shop and being so disgusted by everything I pick up. I mean, that was my experience the last time I lived there, which was, geez, I mean, 8 years now. But for me, I like coming somewhere where I know I'm getting organic food. I'm always at an organic market, always eating quality, good, delicious food. And yeah, whoever comes on, we did just do a tour. So check it out. We did a tour of the area. And now I have walked up to my organic market because I got to get some groceries. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted you guys to see what our tour entails. Again, we also do the Afro-Brazilian Museum, and then we also support with relocation tours. So those are some of the offerings right now, besides the consulting and the travel consulting, particularly for families. We're interested in helping, supporting families that are interested in having a nice experience in another country, being able to do that smoothly. I have a background of moving to different parts of the world with my children. So I've done it for many years, and I definitely love to assist other people in figuring that out. So yeah, hit me up, y'all. I'm gonna put my information below, probably when I get home. So this will go up, and then I'll do that here in the next hour. I hope you guys are having a wonderful